Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're going to use the Oh Holy Night and Shining Brightly Designer Series papers. The Shining Brightly is not available right now, but it will be back the 23rd of October. It is a beautiful batch of papers. I didn't grab the navy in this one, but it has really cute stars. And each of them is available in both navy and very vanilla. So this one is the navy tile and the very vanilla tile, and then the vining branches with berries in both. So that is that paper. The other paper, you remember it, I used it quite a bit on Friday. It's these papers with the sand and the stars, or just the stars. So there's a lot of cute things in this and different ways to use it. So my goal of this is to try and show you how I would use this paper without the matching stamp set, which in this case would be either the stars embossing, hybrid embossing folder, or it would be the stable dies and those sentiments. Well, I had to use the sentiments because it's hard to make a card without sentiments. You could have used any sentiments. You could have used some Merry Christmas sentiments, something that's already in your collection or whatever. But these are really cute with it. So I did go ahead and reuse those for tonight. Okay, so the first thing I was thinking on this was some of these where they have 2 stars, that doesn't make a lot of sense for our stable things. So you could put this with some other stamps set, you know, tear this bottom off. Use it with the polar bear or something that just is just like a night sky. This one has a variety of kind of like a Milky Way sort of look with your stars. So this one I think is fine to use with just about anything. Now this one has random stars here and there. So my thinking on this was, if we cut off this star, oh, and I didn't bring my right paper cutter over here, but anyway, we'll use this one that we know is correct as our base. If we cut this star off, then we know that we don't want, because we know we don't want it up there. It's not even a very well-defined star. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that one off. There we are. And I have this nice little piece that would look good on the background probably. Then this piece then has the star here. So what you might want to do, just line it up here. And then just take off that little edge that is over here. Like right, whoopsie. Get it pretty even there. Okay, there we are. A little piece of that paper. So there you can see that I've got 1 star here. So it would be really easy to then just go ahead, tear your paper. You remember I'm tearing it so that the white doesn't show. Tearing it like this. And then just put it over this piece here. So what you're left with at this point is a star that fills the space nicely. I don't know what is causing this. I'm not totally sure. Anyway, and then you can put your sentiment, whatever you might want to use, over to the side, like the Glory to God in the Highest. That's super cute. You could stamp it down here, whichever. You could put your stable on here, put, you know, any nativity. And then you could also put Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. Add a whole bunch of pretty embellishments. Like we have these little gold embellishments, and they are so sparkly. They really go nicely with a new paper that we have, the one that's an online exclusive. There is a silver and a gold shiny paper, and it would look really nice with this. Then also these golden sequins, you remember those? Pretty guys, that would look really pretty on there. Or also the brushed metallic adhesive back gems. So with these, the gold ones in these would also be gorgeous. Okay, so that is one possibility there. You can see then I wanted to talk about this. One of the problems that I kept having last time was I would try to put something like this. I'd be like, oh, it covered up almost all of my pretty design of my paper. But one thing, whenever you're using the pieces like this, you can put something even as large as this with the entire, you know, the quote from Psalms or Isaiah, and put the whole thing on here, and you can still see it behind it. So it's not as obstructive of your view of the paper. So that's another possibility there. Then I also wanted to show, I'm going to do the same sentiment with a couple of these. If you were wanting to use joy and peace, you could put, you know, you do have to kind of worry about getting the joy and peace stuck down when it's so tiny like this. When you have a big one like this, you can tear some glue dots and put them under some of the bigger letters. One like this, you may want this edge to be stuck down. You can't quite get it. So a thing to use is the smaller ones of these. Maybe put those in the corners to hold that down. You can also adhere it to a piece of blue or navy blue, our navy, Night of Navy, or this is our Misty Moonlight, to make a kind of nice background to that you may want to use instead. You may think that looks nice. Okay, so there's that possibility. Got just a couple more here that I wanted to show you. You could always use these star papers as a background, but by the same token, you could color them in. So that could be a lot of fun. Okay, so this one like that, and then I was imagining this one with, let's see here. This is actually from the Artistic Expressions stamp set and dies, and I was thinking this would be really pretty with this. You could put the glory to God in the highest here, you know, like over to the side, and have, this is embossed, of course, with their gold embossing powder, and have this put over to the edge like this. So I think this just makes a really nice focal point and a little bit of an added embellishment, and it kind of blends. I mean, it's not exactly, these are pointed, those are kind of rounded, but I do think that it kind of goes together. So something to think about there. And I'm gonna try one more thing here with using this very vanilla one. I'm gonna either try one of these card bases, either the soft seafoam or the bubble bath. And I did my happy birthday in the pink, the bubble bath. And you can see how nice this looks when you put it with this underneath piece with it. And it's kind of a lot going on. It's beautiful like this, but it almost looks more like a wedding card. But you can use either this piece with this being the happy birthday background, or you can use this and put this under it. But I wanted to go ahead and do just a little bit of coloring on this with our blending brushes and our ink pads. So I'm gonna try not to spend too long and get too boring with it, but I wanted to go ahead and try that real quick. So what I'm gonna do is normally I would try to use the tiny blending brushes, and I would try to put green in certain places and pink, you know, try to put the pink on the berries themselves, and you know, who knows if I would actually succeed in doing that. But I'm just gonna, on this one, I'm just gonna try to pick some spots that I think would look pretty in green and just kind of add them to the paper here. I'll have to see what we think about this when I'm finished. Might have been better to have gone with green on each corner and pink in the middle or something like that, but I'm just gonna kind of add some color here. You can see how much ink the blending brushes takes off of the ink pad, so I will probably need to re-ink both of these when I'm finished. Gosh, sorry about that. Like I barely touched it and it moved. I'm just kind of trying to have a little bit of a swoosh kind of action there where it gets bigger in the middle. I mean, just kind of going for that kind of a look there. Whoops, let me wrinkle it all up. I'm gonna go back to my green. Whoops. Add some dots there. And I want to go over here with my green. And obviously I've got to go, if I'm going to stop my pink somewhere, I need to put green there to kind of stop it. I could have used 3 as if it were the pink, the green, and the beige, but I think I'm just going to color these in the pink and the green. I'll put a little pink right there. Remember, you want to, if you're going to flop down on it, you want to do that off the paper and then slide it on. Let's see here. Go up there close to that batch of pink. I'm going to add a little bit more pink down here. Whoops, I bought these little tags on there to put on my, kind of as a label, and I just kind of pushed that one right off. It's kind of funny that I did that. I was overzealous. Maybe I broke it. I'm not really sure. It's crazy. Okay, a little bit more pink there. There. Back with some green. And I'm going to put this pink right up here between these two greens. And add some more green in here. By this corner. Pink. Oops, stuck my finger in it. That wasn't good. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one in green because that way I'll have 2 green corners and 2 pink corners. Just a little more in this corner. Okay, give that a little bit more green right there. All right, and put those up so I don't put anything in it. You never know about me. And then maybe try it on the green background with our pink. You could put the pink there. Like that. With our sentiment coming up the side. That could be, whoops, I don't have it in the screen. Sorry about that. That could be really pretty. And you could also instead put this with the vellum over it. It makes it kind of a little bit fancier for another option. So for the rest of our options, we have this. We had it with our Night of Navy. Then we had this background putting something here or putting our big, large sentiment on here for a lot of shininess. And then we also had this one where it had a whole bunch of stars on it, but we really wanted to use it for a Bethlehem card. So we can just tear a little bit of the piece that has the sand on it to cover. You wouldn't have had to tear it this big. You can see here, I could move it down just a little bit. And then put your Oh Holy Night with your star right up at the top, and you are all set. So I appreciate you all watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week and have some time for some stamping or maybe some Christmas card making. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.